It was supposed to be a peaceful weekend. Alex had driven his Tesla out to a remote wooded area, planning to try car camping for the first time. The forest was quiet, the air crisp, and with Tesla's camping mode, he thought he'd be safe and comfortable inside his car. He parked in a clearing by the trees, set up his bedding in the back seat, and watched the sun dip below the horizon. Everything felt normal, almost calming, until the silence of the woods started pressing against the windows. That silence was too deep, too heavy, as if the forest itself was waiting for something. Around midnight, Alex stirred awake to a faint notification sound from his phone. The car was still in camp mode, battery steady, climate running, but then from the corner of his eye, he noticed movement outside the driver's window. At first, he thought it was a trick of the moonlight, shadows swaying through the trees, but when he turned his head, he froze. A figure was standing just beyond the glass, tall, unnatural, with stringy black hair framing bulging eyes and a stretched, distorted grin. MOMO, the urban legend Alex had laughed about with friends, was now inches from his car. His chest tightened. He didn't move, barely dared to breathe, but the figure tilted its head, as if studying him. He reached for the controls to honk the horn, to scare it off, but before his finger touched the screen, Momo slowly lifted its hand and dragged long claw-like nails down the driver's side window. The sound was faint but sharp, screeching like metal. Alex's heart pounded as he remembered that the Tesla's windows were strong, but not unbreakable. He scrambled to switch on the headlights. The beams flooded the clearing, but Momo was gone. The window was empty. Trembling, Alex convinced himself it was exhaustion or a nightmare, until he glanced at the Tesla's cameras on the screen. The rear camera feed flickered, and for a split second, a pale face flashed across the display before vanishing. He locked the car tighter, his hands shaking, watching the feeds. Minutes crawled by in silence. Then, out of nowhere, the car's touchscreen lit up with an unfamiliar message. "Let me in." Alex's stomach dropped. He hadn't typed anything. His phone was off. The car wasn't connected to Wi-Fi. Yet the words pulsed on the screen, followed by another. "I'm already here." He spun around, scanning the interior, the seats, the shadows inside. Empty. Still, he felt eyes on him, cold and piercing. The rearview mirror caught his gaze. At first, it was just his reflection. Then slowly, impossibly, another face appeared over his shoulder in the glass. Huge eyes, grotesque grin, staring straight back at him. Alex lunged forward and covered the mirror with his jacket, shaking uncontrollably. He had to get out. He shifted the car into drive, headlights slicing through the trees, tires crunching over dirt as he sped out of the clearing. Branches whipped against the sides, but he didn't dare slow down. After nearly an hour of driving, Alex reached the safety of a gas station. Under the fluorescent lights, he finally breathed again, trying to calm his racing thoughts. He stepped out, stretched his legs, and forced himself to check the car's cameras one more time. The footage from the campsite was still there, but corrupted, glitching, skipping, and then freezing on one final frame. Momo, standing directly at the driver's window, her face pressed against the glass, smiling as though she knew he'd never forget her. Alex never went car camping again. He sold the Tesla within the month, and sometimes, late at night, when he passes a darkened mirror, he swears he sees those wide eyes watching him, waiting for the next time he lets his guard down. Thank you for watching. If this story gave you chills, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more terrifying true horror stories. Your support keeps the darkness alive. Until next time, sleep with one eye open.